Bantawethu njengoba besesitshilo siqhuba nendlela esimple ethi nje a way to success. We want to make sure that we give you information that will equip you, which will make you to make an informed decision. We draw inspiration from others. We learn from other people. Fortunately, today I'm bringing one of the kind, a legend in her own right, Professor Xoli Mkhize. Professor Xoli Mkhize, what is special about her? She broke the barriers of the past. As a female, she's a female professor right now. She has achieved quite a number of things. Just recently, she has been abroad presenting, and also we're having some collaborations abroad at Rome. But there is also one element that I want to emphasize about her. She's so passionate about community engagement. She's active in research. In our institution, I think a few months ago, she hosted with the department, one of the wonderful indigenous food part where people are becoming stakeholders to sell their own food, indigenous food. These are the initiatives that she's busy with. Not only that, there are quite a number of things. I don't want to say much because she's here. Prof, you can greet my people.
Good afternoon, Molweni, Sanbonani viewers. It's wonderful to be here with Dr. Mkhize, and I do commend him for the initiatives that he's doing around empowering our communities and having a voice.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Prof, maybe briefly, can you tell my people about just one of the childhood memories that you remember? Where you from?
Oh well, there's quite a lot of memories, but I think Nikulele Mlazi.
Okay.
I was raised by grandparents, so
Okay.
I'm very fond of old people, and Sikule is a place where there was a lot of community support.
Okay.
I don't think we had any challenges in terms of abantu around us, so we had a lot of mentors, a lot of people supportive. So I think my childhood memories would be just growing up and finding fruits everywhere. In Mlazi, we had a lot of fresh fruits like mangoes, bananas, and some berries which you can't find now. So we used to have a lot, and we used to cook around, practically cook with young people around our hood.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Prof, when you were young, you knew that one day you would be one of the icons, becoming a professor in your own right when you were growing?
No, not at all. I've always been interested in business. I've been interested in being a consultant, and I did that when I finished my university years.
Okay.
And I've never actually even dreamt of being in an academy.
Oh, okay.
Until I tapped into research, and then that's when everything started.
Okay. Prof, thank you so much for this wonderful information. Perhaps maybe let me try and just ask you this question. What really made you to become so resilient and focused? What really kept you along the way?
It's a interesting question. I think you have to be yourself. If you are passionate about something, it's you.
Okay.
So you can't. Sometimes you say it's my career. It's this. Everything is core to who you are. So I think that I'm very passionate with what I do because it defines me as a person.
Okay.
So I'm not doing it to achieve something on the side. So when that happens, then it just morphs into new things. So I've always been into food, even since I was a child. It has always just been something that's been in me. So I think that, and obviously when we talk about food, there are so many dimensions of it. It is agriculture, there is food, there's economy, there's a commodity, there's food in terms of consumption, there's food in terms of, culture. So there's so many dimensions of it. So I think I've always been interested in exploring that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if I've answered your question.
No, definitely. You answered it even beyond, because in our space, what we preach is that you must use what you have, build your own strength. So if I get you well, you are saying to me that you don't have to work that much hard. Actually, you are just living your life. So the fact that you love food, and then also even the area of socialization is about even the issues of food, the diet and everything. I know you don't just eat whatever that is available. You make sure that you get a high quality food. That I appreciate about you. Prof, what is your message to young person who's growing either in rural areas or Ekas or even anywhere in South Africa, who is also looking up to become someone who's great in future? What is your message that you can tell them right now?
It's very, very important to be young. I think for me, your youth life is your best life, because that's when you have the potential to shape it. And I think it's for us as I still consider myself youth, but I think what makes you, the message would be, find who you are, find your identity.
Wonderful.
Find what defines you in life, because for most times people try to define themselves outside of who they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say stay in your lane, but I see a lot of pressure in the youth to try and fit into some mold of being something else. I think when you're in a township, there are pressures. When you are in rural, there could be pressures to say, I want to achieve, I want to be successful. But what is success? Is success meaning that you start changing your values, changing who you are in the name of some title or of something that is out there? Because you cannot be successful without identity. If you have no identity, then you are not successful.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to understand who you are, build upon your strengths as a person, confront things that you are weak in as a young person, and also be willing to learn. I think for some of us, it's important to stay around people who are much more mature and older. That you might not necessarily agree with them in some elements, but there are certain wisdom that you can take from them that can shape you to think outside of just the scope of being young. I think I was privileged because when we grew up, I never had anything like I'm trying to be so and so.
Okay.
It has never actually been anything that has been my definition as a person. So when we grew up, people were doing their own thing. You were not trying to try and say, Ish, I want to be Dr. Mani. Yes, you can aspire certain things, but be grounded on who you are as a person. So identity, passion, focus, maximizing my external pressures, knowing how to pin down my pressures, and how to take you out of focus, because you do have pressures as a young person externally that push you to become a standard. I mean, now you know that everybody wants to be a musician, wants to have some model of some sort. You don't have to have a model, ama values are right. I mean, why should you? What is it that you are modeling for Umundu, who is putting you at as well? You know what I mean? So we look at these people that I never had a role model, to be honest, when I grew up. There's nobody that was my role model. I just believed in taking things from people, but not losing my own identity. Yes.
Prof, thank you so much. I think and I believe that my people are watching and my people are getting some insight information, more especially those that are really aspiring to become a great people in this world. In closing remarks, good people, we are saying this is a way to success. We are doing this just to say that it is possible. If Prof. Mkhize has managed to do it, then you can also even do it. Sometimes in your beginning, you might even not think that you will become maybe like a professor. But as you go along, opportunities do come. Please grab them, like Prof. Mkhize. She didn't think that one day she would become a great Prof. Mkhize, but now there she is. Before I let her go, I've been saying I'm letting her go. Now, the areas of collaboration for future, themes of your research, so that even your peers who are interested in collaboration, they would say, Prof. Mkhize has really what I'm looking for. I know you are fond of climate change and also food security. Yes, just in closing, yes, Prof.
Yeah, currently we are working on the nexus, food, water, energy, and climate. So that's very broad. Those are areas of collaboration. I think we've seen that you can't really work, even in your own discipline, you can be focusing on a certain area, but then it's not sufficient with the current challenges that we have. So I'm working along those collaborations and also pushing agendas, some of the work that's happening on food systems transformation in the country. So those are some of the things that I am currently working on, and those would be the areas of collaboration. Obviously, promoting our own food, which is, if we don't do it ourselves, who's going to do it for us?
Yeah, wonderful. No, as I already been saying that before I let her go, I think I've been saying before I let her go. Thank you so much, Prof. If you are interested at home, you want to collaborate with Prof, you can do so. And also, if you want us to have Prof again, or definitely we will have Prof again because she's part of us. But you can also give us questions and comments so that when we progress again, when we're Prof, we know exactly to respond exactly to your needs. Thank you so much, then. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, viewers.